Blog Talk Radio.
And at that moment, you'll notice you're not as dead as you thought you were. And you'll realize there's nothing more effective for breaking you free than philosophy in action. And when your intent and your actions are in alignment, you can finally stop pointing fingers at everyone and everything else and harness the power within and commence your empowered life with a mindset that screams, I'm free.
Hi, this is Byron Katie.
Hi, this is Dr. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Hi, this is Greg Braden.
Hi, this is Joan Borisenko. I'm author of Your Soul's Compass.
Hi, this is Dan Millman, author of Way of the Peaceful Warrior.
Hi, this is James Redfield, author of The Self-Esteem Prophecy. You've tuned in to a radio show that can truly change your life. It's time to break free from the prison of your negative thoughts and release your greatest self. You're listening to Empowered Living with Steve Maraboli.
A Better Today welcomes you to Empowered Living, Life, the Truth, and Being Free with host, speaker, writer, and personal coach Steve Maraboli. In the next hour, Steve and his expert guests take you on a quest for truth and highlight philosophies and strategies that help you release your greatest self. It's time to focus on your potential instead of your limitations. Here's your host, Steve Maraboli.
Welcome to Empowered Living, Life, the Truth, and Being Free. I'm your host, Steve Maraboli. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for participating. You're listening to the most listened to internet talk radio show in the entire USA, and I'm so honored to be the host, and I'll tell you why. I'm telling you why we've reached this level of success, because it's really become a meeting place for today's great thinkers and communicators, and I'm really honored to be the host of this show. Shortly we'll be joined by Lisa Nichols, who's, first of all, an incredible speaker, an incredible human being, and has written a book called No Matter What, and it's just powerful. And it's reasons like this that this show has really become a fantastic stage for the great minds of today. And I'll tell you why we became popular. Because of all of you participating. We have never once advertised this show anywhere. Every single thing we do, every single show we have ever done is available 100% free. We have never advertised it, but it's folks like you who get inspired and decide to share. We're at a pivotal point now where, we really have to remember that power of one kind gesture, one person at a time, one day at a time. And it's not just the A Better Today community, it's all of you out there realizing that while you embrace your spirituality, you should never turn your back on your humanity, and you're reaching out and touching the lives of others. So today, let's continue to do it. When Lisa Nichols says something that inspires you, not if she says something, she's going to say something that inspires you. When she does, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it. When you check out her book, You Can Overcome Every Obstacle No Matter What, 9 Steps to Living the Life You Love. When you check out that book and it inspires you, pass it along. Pass along her website. Pass along all that inspires you. We're all on the same team and in this together. Don't ever forget it. And thank you all so much for participating. Thank you all so much for all your emails. Thank you for never forgetting the power of one. Let's get to the show because this is a great one. Let me tell you, there are sometimes you come across some authors that really impact you, and even if you've never met them, their words ring true to you. Sometimes simply because what they say reminds you of a truth that you may have forgotten. The beauty and power of some authors and some speakers, Martin Luther King was a fantastic speaker. Gandhi was a fantastic speaker in this sense. If you look back biblically at some of the stuff attributed to Jesus and folks along those lines, you recognize that it's not so much what they say as much as it is that reminds you of a truth about you. It reconnects you with that power within, with that innate power within. Lisa Nichols is one of these authors. Lisa Nichols is a celebrated motivational speaker, coach, and teacher who has reached millions of people with her inspiring message of empowerment, service, excellence, and gratitude. She's on the show to share her insights and wisdom with us about her new book, You Can Overcome Every Obstacle, No Matter What. I'm so excited to have her on the show. Lisa Nichols, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Steve. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that.
Thank you for a tremendous book. I mean, this book is really powerful, and I'll tell you why it's powerful, Lisa, because you hit some things that really need to be said. You were part of that phenomenon, The Secret. You were in there, and very powerful. You've written The Chicken Soup for the African-American Soul, and you really, in this book, what I like about it is that you touch the things that today's quote-unquote self-help movement doesn't really talk about. Everyone's screaming about intent, and it's so powerful, but you tackle action and how vital action is and how important it is to overcome and have, as you call those bounce-back muscles. So I'm really excited that you wrote this book and said what needed to be said, and at the same time, really excited to talk to you not only as a radio show host, but as a fan.
Yes. Thank you. I acknowledge that. Thank you. You know, when I wrote the book, I made a decision that I would really step into self-help, like not write a self-help book, but without telling how I help myself. And that meant something. That meant that I had to take some really big risk because the whole concept of the book is how do you build your bounce-back muscles? Most people are giving you the ABCs on how to get to success, but I wanted to know what happens if on my way from B to C, I run into something called a relationship that didn't work, or I run into something called finances that are upside down, or I run into something called not believing in myself. What if I get detoured on my way to success? How do I bounce back and keep going? How do I not bring the debris of shame, blame, guilt, regret, hurt, and anger? How do I not bring that debris along with me? How do I get up and dust myself off and don't forget what happened, but place what happened in such a space that I use it as fuel, and it's not my, versus it being my fortress between me and everything I want. And so I just felt like, Steve, we needed to have that hard conversation. And, you know, I've done about 94 interviews over the last 14 weeks, and the number one response that I keep getting back, you know, the world will show you what you're doing. The world will show you what you're up to because they'll tell you how they feel and tell you what's going on. And so the number one response I get back from the book is that it's incredibly raw. And I knew that because it was raw for me to write it. It felt like I shared the stories, Steve, that I thought I'd take to my grave, and I was okay to take those stories to my grave. But I thought if I really showed you what a breakthrough looks like, I mean, really walked you through a breakthrough, and I had enough breakdowns in my life to have a lot of content, right? And so I just committed to another level of service in that book, and I was hoping that I really upped the level of give from a quote-unquote expert's perspective on what does it mean to walk you through the journey on a personal and professional basis. So thank you so much for the acknowledgement. I felt like it was labor, like I had a second child. It really was a lot to give up, a lot to create. And so the response that I'm getting from you and from others really says it was worth it. It was worth the hard work. It was worth the tears. It was worth the crying nights. It was worth the prayers. It was worth it. So thank you.